Today we're going to talk about grooming, not this grooming involving porridge, your hairy best friend, nor this grooming involving porridge, your other hairy best friend. Yes, Shakespeare used to call vagina porridge. But we're going to talk about this grooming, involving what will become your best friend, who is often hairy and never as pleasant as the other three porridges known to men. So, what is child grooming? Grooming is when someone builds an emotional connection with a child to gain their trust for the purposes of sexual abuse, sexual exploitation, and trafficking. Perpetrators of child sexual abuse are often individuals known to the family. They may be acquaintances, influential members of the community, trusted friends, family members, famous people, or if you hear this tune, ice cream man. For example, in Florida, on average, there's a sex offender every 200 people. In Northport, a city located in Saratoga County with a population of 66,000, we found over 80 sexual offenders, one every 800 people. While in Brooksville, a small city in Hernando County with a population of roughly 7,700, we found over 130 sexual offenders, one registered offender every 59 people. The average Facebook user has about 300 friends. Now, if you're watching this episode from Florida, please go to your Facebook account for a second, look at the list of your friends, and if none of them is a sexual offender, that's you. Sometimes their moves are very concealed, or your move, depending on your Facebook friends list. While other times, and we have an actual footage this time, their moves can look like this.
Oh, Leanne. I was almost going to call you Lori. How could I miss? Oh, it's very easy. You're both very pretty. And you have green eyes.
Blue.
Are they? They're not blue. Now, don't tell me that. Look at me a little closer. They're green. That fooled you. You talk about getting married and having a family and things like that.
No.
You don't? What do you do when you're 11 years old for a date? Where do you go? What are some things you do?
We just walk home from school with each other.
Oh, you walk home from school with each other. Okay, what category? Do you hand out kisses, Jennifer? You look like a young lady who likes to give lots of hugs and kisses out, do you? Hey?
Oh yes! This is a Canadian child game show called Just Like Mom, hosted by Fergie Olver that ran from 1980 to 1985 for a total of 595 episodes. Or in Fergie's unit of time, about 60 girlfriends. And if you think that was it, well, think again.
No kisses? Are you shy?
A bit.
Can I have a little kiss, please? Oh, that's me off the top of the show. See, she would get a whole bunch of right answers. And you give out kisses, though, don't you, Stephanie?
No.
Oh, you don't, too? How come? Okay, we've got Stephanie and Lorraine here in the big family kiss. I couldn't get that kiss earlier. Oh, the mothers are always so easy to kiss. It's the kids. Okay, dear.
He sneaks the kiss in like your perverted uncle does every time he sees you on Christmas. And listen what he says here.
Can I have a hug and a kiss? I can't have one?
Mm-mm.
Even if I say and whisper in your ear that, Allison, you're gonna win the show, I still can't have a hug and a kiss? Well, I guess you can't win the show then, if I don't get a hug and a kiss.
Dirty old man.
Yeah, you hear that?
Dirty old man.
Yeah, you hear that? That's a good answer. Oh, you...
You can't win the show if I can't have a hug or a kiss. But people love the show, and no one had a problem with it. Just like no one in the UK had a problem with Jimmy Savile, who died as a national treasure, but later was discovered he abused more than 1,000 kids in 60 years. And maybe you are from Canada and want to try to justify the show because, I don't know, he was in the 80s and he was part of another time, another culture. Maybe Canada was weird in the 80s, but today is a respected country. You might say, well, actually Canada is still weird. How do I know it? While researching for this video, we found out that they sell milk in bags. Like literally, in bags. I mean, to me it's crazy. Can you imagine going to buy a bag of milk? No way! I want the carton box from Tetra Pak, the one with a million layers of unpronounceable materials impossible to recycle, because I'm a landfill sentimental. How dare you! To me personally, it is still unknown why people didn't have any problem with the show, nor why Wikipedia keeps removing any reference to Fergie Oliver's behavior. In fact, if you go on the Wikipedia page of the show, you will find nothing about Fergie's behavior. And that's not because no one thought to add it in, but because Wikipedia constantly removes everything about the perv. So much so that they even decided to protect the page from further editing. And this happened a ton of times. All references to these guys has been wiped out, and some editors have even been banned. So today the man is still protected, and back then the show was well promoted. And if you're wondering who could possibly promote a show like that, well, we have the answer, because we watched 5 entire episodes complete with commercials, and this is what we found.
Go to the bake-off! Wow! And we'll be right back. Imagine if creatures from another world landed in Canada and had to send back information about your favorite food. They'd say it's something called and a Coke.
Imagine if creatures from another world landed in Canada and had to send back information of your favorite food. They would definitely think we love Coke, milk in bags, and predators. But to be fair, Coke had nothing to do with Bill Cosby, nor they had anything to do with Fergie Oliver. They only paid them because at the time they were famous and influential. Unless, tinfoil hat moment here, the names on the bottles you buy now are the names of the kids Fergie molested? Now, I want you to listen convicted child predator Jack Reynolds explaining how he used to choose his victims.
How did you get them alone?
Grooming. I would check out their family situation. I would check out their clothing to see how well they were, financially. I would check out their social interaction with other kids. When we were on the ballparks or on the gym floor, I would make sure which ones I wanted to molest. I would give them special attention, congratulate them, talk to them when I know that I would never be allowed to talk to anybody else. Aside from everybody, I would give them the attention that an official is not supposed to give anybody. And it made them feel like, wow, he's paying me attention. It is a direct form of grooming.
Were there certain characteristics that you looked for in children before molesting them?
In children, yes, but more I also looked at their families. If I thought the father was a threat, I would not approach the child. If I thought that the child had friends that he would tell, I would not approach him. If I thought the child had friends that were in the same capacity he was, I would approach him. For the simple fact that if I could molest him, I could lure him into believing, grooming him into believing that he would enjoy it. And therefore, I could manipulate him into having his other friends come and be molested by me as well.
So perhaps a child that doesn't really have a whole lot of friends, maybe not really a strong family, things like that.
Yes, no spiritual values, weak in education, needs help in many ways, even from split parenting, has a mother who may be having problems with the family, well, here comes superhero in to help out, wow, well, thank you very much. No problem. You ever need me to take them away for the night so you can have a night out? No problem. It works.
Well, Jack Reynolds, of course, is not famous, nor he's a superhero, as he tried to appear to those young kids he then molested. But heroes too can be groomers. Take Batman. While Robin had little interest in becoming a hero, Bruce groomed him because he wanted a hero partner. Robin too, like most of the victims, had family problems. Well, he technically had no family at all. They were killed by Gotham's gangster boss Zuko. So Batman took Robin with him at a young age, and in the course of his life, he tried to drown him in Gotham Bay while wearing a trench coat and a fedora, freak. Then he forced Robin to cradle Bat-Baby. Don't ask. He nearly had a naked bath with Robin and Superman. Okay, don't ask again. He spanked him on his birthday in issue 10, and again in issue 15 when he decided to investigate Catwoman on his own. He detonated him and even impregnated Barbara Gordon, which was Robin's girlfriend. The poor man. So, this is the power famous people have on us. But they are not the only ones, of course. Even those they are supposed to protect you in real life can be child predators. Take Stephen Shawn. He's a police officer. Someone you normally put your life in his hands with complete confidence if you're white. Or it can be someone who hands your life with his hands if you're black. Either way, on the 23rd of August 2019, he admitted 2 charges of child grooming offenses. How? Well, dickhead Stephen sent one indecent photo to an undercover colleague posing online as a 12-year-old girl. And this whole story could not turn any creepier until his lawyer said that his wife was 100% behind him, was 100% supporting him. How can you support your husband after he sent his dick pic to a 12-year-old girl? How? You are either a complete idiot, drained of any moral and social value, or you are an accomplice.